This is Will Raggets with Vikings on SI, and the Minnesota Vikings are 2-2. They fell 24-21 to the Pittsburgh Steelers in the first ever NFL game in Ireland on Sunday. This was an interesting one. For a while, it looked like the Vikings were going to put up a total dud and lose much like they did in Week 2 against the Falcons. They trailed 24-6 early in the fourth quarter, hadn't really gotten much of anything going on offense all day long. Carson Wentz had thrown 2 interceptions, both of which were deflected. He'd taken 6 sacks, some of which were his fault, some of which were just being under duress with a depleted offensive line in front of him, a line that was down one starter coming into this game and then lost Brian O'Neill and Ryan Kelly to injuries during the game. But then it got really interesting at the end. The Vikings mounted a furious comeback attempt. They drove down, cut it to 24-13 on Xavier Scott's first career touchdown. Then they get a stop on fourth down deep in their own territory, an 81-yard completion to Jordan Addison, who was tackled at the 1, which knocked off some more time, but they eventually score to Jalen Naylor. It's 24-21. They got the 2-minute warning and 1 timeout left, and the Steelers and Mike Tomlin, interestingly, decided not to go for it on a 4th and inches. They punt the ball away, and the Vikings have the ball on their own 20 with about a minute left, needing only a field goal to tie the game and send it to overtime. And then the offensive line issues and the negative plays on offense reared their ugly head again. An intentional grounding from Carson Wentz as he was going to be sacked kind of ruined the rally attempt for the Vikings and caused it to fall just short. This one, Carson Wentz threw for 350 yards and 2 touchdowns, but had the 2 picks that came off of deflections, a bunch of sacks, and the Vikings lose the turnover battle 2-0. Their defense, which forced 5 turnovers last week against the Bengals, was unable to come up with the ball at any point in this game. They did get a blocked kick from Isaiah Rodgers, a couple sacks from Jalen Redmond, but that was about it in terms of splash plays from the defense. And they struggled to stop the run. The Steelers were without starting running back Jalen Warren, but Kenneth Gainwell, their backup, had a huge game, ran for 99 yards, 2 touchdowns, seemed to kind of be able to consistently generate efficient yardage on the ground. And then a big play early as the Steelers were establishing their lead was an 80-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Rodgers to DK Metcalf. Rodgers was just consistently getting the ball out of his hands quickly, and he did so on the play to Metcalf where he caught it, and the big man with elite speed just took off and outraced the Vikings defense. And that kind of helped the Steelers build their lead, and then the Vikings just couldn't ultimately finish off the rally in the end. So a tough loss. Vikings fall to 2-2, and they'll look to regroup and hopefully get a little healthier on the offensive line as they go to London next week to play the Browns.